Hello there and welcome to my video on 10 exotic plants for dummies. Now of course that means you're a dummy, the other people that are dummies, and anyway, who cares? But the thing that's most important here is don't forget to subscribe to my channel, it really supports us. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Okay, so I have 10 really good choices of exotic plants for dummies, and the reason why they are excellent choices is because they're tough, they're robust, they'll tolerate dry conditions, tolerate cold conditions, and you can buy them easily. Most places will have them. So to start off with my, and they're not in any order, but my first one is going to be a palm. You know, you always expect palm trees in exotic gardens, and the toughest one, the easiest to grow, is the Zealand palm, the Trachycarpus fortunei. It grows to about 15 to 20 meters. That's after about 10-15 years, so don't get too worried about it. It doesn't grow that fast. And cold hardy to 15 degrees. Now, this is called a fan palm. There are also a number of feather palms that you can choose, such as the phoenix palm, Butea capitata. You know, there's a few more in that list. But really, if you're worried about it surviving, then the Zealand palm is the best one. Exotic plant number 2 is a banana, and you really want to have a banana, big grown bananas in your exotic gardens, because they really bring the feel of the tropics to you. Now the hardiest and most banana-y looking of all the bananas is the Butea, this fella here. There are a couple of other choices like the Insettis and the Laziocarpus, but this fellow over here is root hardy to minus 15 degrees Celsius. So if you're in the UK, you can grow these and not worry about them coming back the next year. Now I said root hardy because these stems can get frozen and damaged below a couple of degrees. But on the whole, you can grow this. It is very tough. Exotic plant number 3, and you'll like this one. It's like a gardening by numbers. It's a bamboo, and there are quite a few bamboos that will really tolerate extremely low temperatures. But for you, for the ornamental look, you want the Philostachys nigra, otherwise known as the black bamboo. Again, extremely tough, and unlike the golden bamboo, the Philostachys aurea, it doesn't start expanding out and filling out your garden. You know, to be honest with you, I really wouldn't plant the golden one because it can be a bit of a thug in the garden. So black bamboo, really easy to grow, doesn't cause you a problem. Now, one of the main features of an exotic garden are big, enormous leaves, and you can't get bigger than the ornamental rhubarb, Canna manicata, and also its little cousin, the rheums. So if you've got a shady area, they will both tolerate shade and full sun, but if they're in full sun, you need to water them a lot. Then gunneras, rheums, massive leaves, it's an easy choice, very easy to look after, just make sure they get damp. Number 5, and this is probably the most robust of all the architectural looking plants, and that's a cordyline, commonly known as the cabbage palm. They are very difficult to kill once they're established, so if you're looking for a tough as old boots plants for your garden with that palm effect, plus they're not very expensive and you can find them literally everywhere, then the cordyline is for you. Position number 6, and you'll like these are the phormiums, the New Zealand flax. They have massive sword-like leaves. They can grow to about 6 foot, maybe a bit longer, and they come in a really wide range of colour forms. So if you don't like one, there's going to be another one you probably will like. That colour varies from green variegation to red to black, and basic green is a little bit boring. So a really big choice of colours, really tough, drought tolerant, cold hardy, disease resistant. So easy, you've got to choose one of those. It's a wonderful plant. Number 7 are yuccas, and there's a bit of a range of yuccas. Yucca flaccida, it's boring. Yucca gloriosa, that's not bad, especially the variegated form. They are extremely tough. They are drought tolerant, you really don't need to water them, especially if you plant them in the autumn. Wonderful plants and superb flowering. But the one I particularly like is the old Yucca elephantiopes, which is often sold as a house plant, But down here in the south, you can plant it outside, and it's a really tough old bird. So if you want yuccas, and they give you that all year round effect of the exotic. So take my advice, yuccas are great. Okay, now you're going to like this one because they are so exotic, full of flower. Once they start flowering, they will keep on flowering until the end of the year. And these are the Canna Lilies. They have banana-like foliage. They come in a wide range of foliage colour, as well as a fairly good range of flowering colour. Very easy to look after. They'll, although they like the soil to be fairly permanently moist to grow at their best, they will tolerate drought. So Canna Lilies, you've got to choose those. They're really good. Now number 9 is a group of plants that you wouldn't automatically think are exotic plants, but these are ferns. And ferns, they have a wonderful kind of prehistoric feel to it, and because of that, it gives you that kind of Jurassic Park film number 2 kind of feeling of those old school rainforest jungles. So ferns are great, and again, big range of ferns. And if you want some colour with your ferns, then look at the Japanese painted ferns. They're only quite small, but shuttlecock ferns give you great architectural shape. Huge family. I like to use them as understory plants. Plant Dryopteris because they like kind of dry conditions if you've got that kind of a soil. But really good. They really sort of like lift an exotic garden. Believe me, they really do. Well, oh my God, it's number 10, plants for dummies, plants that you can grow with no problem at all. And this is a bit of an outlier. It is Miscanthus. It is that ornamental grass. Now you might think grass, that's not very exotic, but if you see one of the fancy forms, the Debrinus or the variegated forms, then you will see, especially when they're mature, they have a fantastic kind of exotic look, really blowy, form, function, colour, all the stuff that you really need, and inexpensive and tough as anything. So consider them because they're great. Check it out. Anyway, that is my 10 plants for dummies, not you, other people. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.